So to finish up the 6.6 practice answer key, it looks like we have four problems where they say no calculator allowed. Okay, so great. I'm not going to have to use my calculator. That probably means my answers are whole numbers or good numbers that I can leave. All right, so it says log base x of 18 equals 2. Okay, remember if it's in log form and you need to solve, you're probably going to turn it to exponential form. So I would say this is x squared equals 18. Oh, great. All right, so now to solve for x, now I could just take the square root of both sides. So I get x is equal to the square root of 18, and really that is plus or minus the square root of 18, okay? Because you could put a positive number in and square it and get 18, or you could put a negative number in, square it, get 18. So it's plus or minus. All right, we could simplify that square root. That is the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. So that is x is equal to plus or minus 3 square root 2. Okay, now before we finish, remember that we said we have to look for extraneous solutions. Whenever I have those negatives, I'm probably going to remember, oh, should I check and see if I can use that? Okay, now the deal with the log, we cannot have a base that is negative. Okay, that will not work for the log. So the base there of x is going to need to be positive. For exponential form, we don't want a base to be negative either. Okay, and that was one of the restrictions that we did way back at the beginning of the chapter when we were talking about exponents. Okay, so the negative is extraneous. So our answer is only positive 3 square root 2. All right, next. Natural log of e to the negative fifth is equal to x. Okay, great. Another problem that's a log that we should turn into exponential form. So that's e, and then we are raising that to the x power is equal to e to the negative fifth. Okay. Oh, we have the same base, therefore the exponents must be the same. So x is equal to negative 5. All right, let's keep going because these are pretty quick, right? Okay, so for 3 and 4, we did a few problems like this in the notes, in the solving practice notes. So we're going to use those properties that we learned. And the first property, we have to always do this one first, the power property. So we have this 2 out here. It's going to become the power of x. So log 6 plus log x squared equals log 216. Now we can use the product property to put these logs together as one log. So that's log of 6x squared equals log 216. You have to start the problem this way. You have to get the one log on each side in order to unlog. So log of 6x squared equals log of 216. Well, it's a log with the same base, so therefore the results or answers are the same. Okay, you can't do that at the beginning of the problem when there were 2 logs on one side. That doesn't work out that way. So now this is 6x squared is equal to 216. So just solve for x. Let's divide both sides by 6. X squared that's 36. Okay. Take the square root of both sides. Remember that's going to be plus or minus. So x is equal to 6 or negative 6. Now go back into the problem, especially when you get a negative, try to make that trigger your brain that you will not want to have a negative right here. You can't really have a negative as the base. You can't really have a negative as the answer. So this x cannot be negative 6. So that's it's called extraneous solution. So the x is only 6. All right, and then one last problem, very similar to number 9. We're going to take that power rule first and do that twice. So that's log of 3 squared plus log of x to the fourth is equal to log of 144. Now we need to combine these two logs into one log using the product rule. Log 3 squared being 9, and then x to the fourth equals log 144. Okay, and then let's unlog both sides. So 9x to the fourth equals 144. And let's divide both sides by 9. X to the fourth is 16. Okay, so we are now taking the fourth root, not the square root, right? The answer is not 4. We're taking the fourth root. And so it's really going to end up being, oh, let's see if I can fit a 4 in there, plus or minus. Okay, and then this actually does work out, right? It's 2. 2 to the fourth is 16. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So this would be 2 and negative 2, okay? And then let's just double check. We don't want that negative, okay? Extraneous solution, only choose 2.